Hi everyone, and welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me again today. My name's Emma and I'm going to be talking to you about incorporating students into your workday. Now, for some of you it's going to look a bit different because you might work either on your own mainly, or maybe you're paired with someone, or you might work on your own and then seek out the assistance of your colleagues throughout the day. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to talk about a scenario where you work on your own but you're seeking the assistance of one of your colleagues throughout the day. So you started your day off and you've been allocated a student who's going to be working with you. Now, your organisation, it might be that this student's been paired with you for a few weeks, or the student is going to be working, say, predominantly with you and one of your other colleagues for the duration of their placement. So it's probably a good idea to find out who that other person is going to be as well, because we all tend to work a little bit differently, sort of the same, but a little bit differently as well. So it's a good idea to find out who it is so that you'll be able to have a chat with them, just see where the student's at and what they've been doing with them as well, so you can keep track, and it'll help with the developing the student while they're on placement with you. Okay, so let's go back to the start of your shift now. You started off, you have your student with you and you're thinking, great, I've got another pair of hands with me, excellent. At the same time, you're probably thinking, I have another pair of hands with me, but I have a routine. Is this going to hinder me? How's this going to help me? How am I going to get all my stuff done? So there's a lot of thoughts that are going to be going through your head. You might also be thinking, great, I have a system in place, I know what I'm going to do, and I'll show them all the ropes, and off you go. Fantastic. So there'll be a lot of things going on inside of you, and you'll need to be able to work through those. But let's just step back to maybe some of the basics. So you've been given a student, and hopefully maybe a few days beforehand you've met them, or maybe you've seen them in the tea room and you would have had a chat with them, so you'll at least know what their name is and maybe what year they're in and what they're hoping to achieve while they're on placement. So you've built some sort of a relationship with them. Now you're going to have to fit them into your day. And the great thing is that you still go through your routine. Okay, and while you're going through your routine, that could be either mapping out what's going to be happening. You might have some transfers in there, you might be doing med rounds, you might have some dressings. There could be a whole array of things. You can be talking to the student about it. A lot of these things you'll be doing, say when you're on your own, you do it automatically. But with the student, have a chat to them, explain to them. You can say, we're going to be looking after Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so today. This is what they have planned for the day. This is what we're going to be doing. Talk them through what you're actually doing. And normally if you're setting up for things, you're having to do that preparation work anyway. You're not going straight into the room. So while you're doing your preparation, or maybe setting things up or getting things ready, have the students there with you. Talk through each step that you're doing, because you can work and talk at the same time. Okay, and that will give the students a bit of context. They'll understand why you're setting up, what you're getting prepared, why you're getting it prepared, but they'll also start to understand what the day will look like. When you're chatting with them, you can say, have you done this over the last couple of days? You know, find out a bit from them. What have they been involved with? You'll find the students will say, yes, I've been helping with this. I worked with this other person the other day. This is what I did with them. And that will really help you, because you can think, okay, great, I know who they worked with, I know how that person operates, and then you can incorporate the students in. So you think, yes, I know they can do that, so they'll feel a little bit more I guess comfortable, because you'll be able to include them in a few things. Does that sound pretty good so far? You can use a lot of time, say when you're getting prepared, but also when you're walking, say, down the corridor and you're going to either your residence or your patients' rooms, wherever it will be. As you're going down there, you can have a chat with them as well. Now, I'm not saying that this whole time is just going to be a constant talkathon happening here, but it's where you can actually have a chat, find out a bit more about them, but also start to explain some of the things, like when you go into the room, what you'll be doing. So it's preparing them. They'll have an idea, rather than when you walk the students into, say, the room, and they're sort of, maybe they feel a little bit unprepared, because they'll be sort of going, oh, okay, we're in here and we're doing what? Oh, right, okay. And they will look uncomfortable, which means that your resident or patient will pick up on it as well. Okay, so they'll be able to pick up if things are smooth, or if it looks as though they've got a confident and competent team in front of them. So prepare your student beforehand, have a chat with them, ask them if they understand, maybe get them to relay it back to you as well. Okay, so those conversations are going to look a little bit differently, but the key thing I'm trying to get through here is that you need to have a chat with them, talk them through it. And when you go into the room, say, with your resident or your patient, make sure you get the student involved with the activities, and that they don't stand in the back of the room in the corner twiddling their thumbs. Okay, they're going to be bored then. It's just going to be, basically lost opportunities. All right. So get them involved, tell them, when we're in there, I'll do this, but I'm going to get you to do this and this, okay? I'm there, I'll be able to guide you and support you through it. Does that sound pretty good? So let's quickly recap then. You've been allocated a student, you've taken that time the last couple of days to find out a bit about them, you've seen them in the corridor, or if it's the first time meeting them, you'll have a bit of a chat so you can find out about them. As you're preparing your day, talk the student through what you're doing and why you're actually setting things up. Explain what you're going to be doing when you go, say, into the resident or the patient's rooms, so that you're preparing the student in advance, and so they know what their role is going to be as well, what they're going to be actively helping you with. You'll be able to give that guidance and support in there. And if they feel a little bit uncomfortable, something that you've asked them to do, you say, you'll be able to do this. They might go, oh, I haven't done that yet. You say, okay, we can maybe do a bit of a dry run beforehand, or don't worry, I'll guide you through it, or watch me, and then you can do the next one. So it's all about that communication, having a chat with them, getting to know them. Sound good? Okay, excellent. All right. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.